Rumah. Istilah ini digunakan untuk kita merujuk kepada struktur atau bangunan di mana kita tinggal. Rumah adalah cerminan peribadi, budaya dan cara hidup seseorang. Setiap ruang, komponen, rupa, bahan dan susunatur satu-satu rumah perlulah direka dan dibina dengan teliti, kukuh dan indah. Bersama saya, Zainal Abidin Gregory, dalam menerokai seni bina rumah-rumah terpilih di bumi kenyala dalam Sanggar Vista.
Pada pengakhiran dekad 70-an, reka bentuk bangunan perumahan di Sarawak gemar bereksperimentasi dengan gaya rupa dan susunatur ruang. Maka terhasillah karakter rumah yang unik. Persoalannya, apakah jalan yang terbaik bagi mengekalkan keunikan karakter rumah lama dalam masa yang sama digabungkan dengan nilai dan selera seni bina masa kini? Ini yang kita akan pelajari semasa meninjau di Tim's House yang terletak di Taman Westwood, Kuching. We're here today in the quiet Westwood neighborhood off of Jalan Tebuan Kuching to pay a visit to Mr. Tim Tan and his wife Jun Chui, who are here all the way from Singapore on the Malaysia My Second Home program. I'm sure they have a lot to say about the architecture of Kuching and their experiences in Singapore. Let's see if they're at home. Good morning, Tim, June.
Hello.
Hello there.
Hi.
Zane.
Hi, Zane. And
Nice to meet you.
Tim.
June, thanks so much for having us over.
Come on in.
Well, Tim, I'm dying to go inside and have a look at this lovely home, but I know the first question on our viewers' minds, and certainly mine too, is what made you choose Kuching of all places?
Well, I'm a tour operator. I've been to all over Asia, Southeast Asia, but we always gravitate back to Kuching for its people, for its food, the wilderness.
Oh, well, I think we should take that as a compliment. So, welcome. And you began this house project while you were still living in Singapore?
That's right.
And so how long have you been living in the home?
In this home?
Yes.
The project was completed in September this year.
Tell me about this. Where did this idea come from?
It was all the architect's idea. Okay. He drew up the plans. He did the SketchUp, and we really liked what he did. And it's just part of the whole, the whole portrait, so to speak.
Yeah.
It just makes sense.
Well, it ties it all together.
It ties it all together.
You see the brick on that side coming in, and then here it is again. But I think it's more than just an aesthetic flourish, right? It also has a number of functional benefits. Oh, well, we'll have to go inside and take a look.
Sure.
Shall we?
Yeah, do that.
Well, it's just been transformed.
Actually,
It really has?
yeah, you wouldn't recognize it from the original house.
So it's been opened up, right? So we're coming inside. We can see all the way back into the open plan kitchen there. And I'm sure that there must have been some partitions here previously, right? Where was the existing wall?
Okay, the existing house is compartmentalized into the main hall and dining area over there. And there is a dog-legged staircase. And it's blocked by a wall that leads into the kitchen.
Right.
The kitchen ends where the dining tables are.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, because the kitchen behind is new.
All right.
So when you come in here, all you see is the staircase, the living room, a bit of the thing, and that's it. You can't see beyond that. So it's really open up now.
It sure has. And it looks so light and airy. Can we take a closer look?
Sure.
So homes of this period, very often the stairwell is very dark and windowless. And I see that you have just completely overcome that with this new feature. The perforations in the metal allow the the light and the air to move through. So it's very common in homes of this period for the stairwells to be a very dark and secluded kind of place. By opening this all up, you've allowed air and light to pass through, and it's just so light. It looks like it's almost floating here inside the space.
Well, it's called a floating staircase.
Yeah,
That's what
okay.
the architect says. I'm going to build you a floating staircase.
Well, so then perhaps it's being suspended from the slab here as well.
Yes. I think up there, and then suspended to the tied to the new platform.
Well, maybe we could go upstairs and have a look at how it works.
Right.
Looking back into the stairwell here, the transformation is so complete with each room with having these louvered windows into the space. And so there's this sense of connection, right? And not just the physical benefits, but also you're never too far away from anyone else that way, isn't it?
Right. Provides ventilation, light. Yeah.
So we're standing here next to the master bedroom.
That's right.
From one side,
Please.
yeah. Stepping here into the master bedroom. What a lovely space. The lighting is so soft and diffuse. And oh, look at this. I love this window. This is maybe bringing back a bit of the local quality, right? Local heritage.
A bit of a plantation, doors, windows.
Yeah, these are wooden shutters, huh?
It is.
Can we explore a little further? All right. So we're stepping here into the master bedroom. And first of all, I just love the aesthetic here, the soft blue tones of the tile. It goes so well with the polished cement. But, thinking about this as a space, right? It's not enormous. And I think that really, it's where we see the value of good design, right?
It is.
When you've got endless space to play with, well, there's no challenge, right? But here we've taken a very compact space and created a...
Very functional.
Oh, it's lovely. It feels very open. And we have these louvers on both sides.
That's right.
So that the air can pass through. So we get this sense of openness and ventilation. Look at that. Ooh, the sunlight coming in. All right. So we've passed through what you might call a Jack and Jill. Shared bathroom between the two spaces. It's a very efficient concept. And I love the bathroom, the tiles throughout the house. Really just a lovely color. Were those locally sourced or did that come from Singapore?
No, everything is locally sourced. And we haven't seen it except in pictures, in PDFs. So many picked every single item in this house.
Wow. It's like opening up a Christmas surprise, right?
And a good one.
A good one.
For sure.
So here we are in the living room, and the first thing that catches my eye is this gorgeous picture window off to the side. How do you feel about it?
Really like that because it allows us to look out. The greenery.
Yeah.
Minimize people looking in. Provides lots of sunlight.
Sure. And I see there's a sill there at the bottom of it. Must be a nice spot to sit and read the morning paper or maybe check your social media feed, right?
And not only that, See the bench, the staircase,
Mm.
and then the bench here.
Yes.
It gives you an idea of a sunken living room.
Yeah, like a conversation pit. Yeah, that was very hot back in the 70s. We sort of connected with that, but it's coming back. And I think you guys are right on trend. Shall we have a look?
Let's do that.
So the original home would have ended right about here at the edge of the dining room.
That's right.
And so instead now we've opened up into this beautiful kitchen. And so maybe Jun, I should be asking you, when you had this idea to renovate this home, what were your thoughts or needs as far as a kitchen is concerned?
Well, originally, I really had to make do with what's there because that's what Tim wanted me to do. But of course, when, we had our architect talk through what we wanted, and clearly what I wanted was a much, much bigger open kitchen, and that's what I got. So we could have a look.
Oh yes, let's do that. So you were saying just now that much more open and larger kitchen was what you were really dreaming of, and isn't that the role of the architect, in fact, right, is to let us see what our opportunities are really there that we might not know. Oh, I could have that. Oh, this could be done. Really? So that's wonderful.
This is her favorite feature in the kitchen. She always wanted to have an island. You can prepare food, she can do her stuff.
And Tim likes the concrete, so best of both.
Yeah. Well, the texture of it is so smooth. I mean, we don't think about concrete as being a warm kind of an element, and yet it really does. In this situation, it has a soft and warm feeling. So this kitchen space was an extension, right? So most of the home is the original square footage, and this represents the addition.
Yeah, everything in this part is all new construct.
The detailing is so immaculate. I mean, you just moved in a few months ago, but everything just has this extremely crisp and polished kind of look. And I think a lot of that goes back to the architect, even thinking about the aircon unit and the way it's been accommodated into this portion of the ceiling.
Yeah.
Right? So it gives that little clean finish.
Everything has its place, I remember working with Mingy and the M&E guy, where we're going to place the air conditioning. Because it's going to cool the kitchen, it's going to help to cool the dining area as well. So at the end of the day, this is really the best spot.
Now you talk about that coordination with the architect. One special thing about this project is that it all took place during the COVID years, isn't it?
That's right.
So you were there in Singapore, but you were able to, how did that work?
Regular calls, Zoom, and just daily communication.
Isn't that great? You couldn't imagine taking that kind of a risk in the past, right? But now it's just like being there. Tingkap inilah yang kita diperkenalkan dari bawah tadi. Dari sudut ini kelihatan lebih menarik kerana semua aktiviti di rumah dapat diturut serta walaupun saya berada di tingkat lain. So I'm here with architect Lau Ming of MNSC Architects, who was the architect of record for this project.
Yes.
Yeah, thanks for meeting us here today.
Yeah.
That's one thing about it, Ming, is that it's an older neighborhood, and we've put in a lovely, brand new, modern style home, and yet it doesn't clash with the neighborhood, right? There's a way that it really blends and complements the existing neighborhood. So how did you achieve that?
We are very sensitive to the surrounding, the context, and the most important is to paying the respect to the neighborhood. So our buildings must able to gel to the existing context very well. In terms of the heights, in terms of the design elements, it draws a lot of details that is from the past, the details that we have seen before in the neighborhoods. the bare-faced bricks. We did not try to overpower the neighborhood with extremely modern design. The material that we have carefully chose was to really blend in rather than stand out. That's our approach to this design of the house.
So Tim was describing to me that when they first saw the home, it had a partition wall, and it ended at what is now the dining room.
Yes.
And in their own thoughts about what this house could become, they were seeing themselves within that existing space, right?
Yes. Yeah.
And so you were able to come in and convince them that what the opportunities that were present here were more than that, right? And could be seized. So what in particular?
Being an architect, I think we are given the tools to show the ideas to the clients in terms of drawings, in terms of modeling, in terms of and walking through then step by step of how it can be done. So firstly, we will develop the design through the floor plans, and we will draw out the layout and highlighting the new areas that we can explore and where are the existing. And from there, we will do the 3D modeling. And we have also putting all the things that is within the models that can be done. That we can have the windows, we have the chairs,
Right.
we have the sun shadings, we have all the furnitures in place. Through the modeling and because of through the meeting through Zooms, we are able to navigate to show them step by steps,
Right.
space by space, and walls that has been removed and has been opened up. So that is all through Zoom meetings,
Right.
through online.
Yeah, I'm sure the communication had to be even more crystal clear than normal in order to convey all of that over the medium of Zoom.
Yeah, it can be done through Zoom meetings.
Right.
Yeah, it's something that we have never tried before. Yes.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Well, Lingy, I want to thank you for spending time with us here this morning, and it's been a pleasure looking at your handiwork.
Most welcome.
Yes. Okay. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Here we are out on the side garden, and I love this detailing here on the fence, right? And just by rotating the angles on these pickets, it creates this really varied kind of look.
Functional too, yeah?
Oh, for sure. So you're saying this is a leopard tree?
It is a leopard tree.
So that's going to get that kind of mottled bark over time?
Yeah. I think over time it peels off also.
Oh, look at that.
Right?
And then, of course, once those trees are big enough, that's going to interact with the screen there. We can kind of change the mottling of the sunlight that you get. Really nice. And there's that attention to lighting all around. So you were saying in the evenings, the whole neighborhood turns on their lights. Yeah, their outside lights. Yeah. That must be
So we have our lights on as well. This too, and everything on the perimeter.
wow. So here we are behind the kitchen. We're looking at that calathea that forms that lush background to your kitchen view. Well, I'm always struck, especially here in this tropical climate where we live, that it doesn't require a lot of space in order to create a very lush and impactful kind of an impression.
Isn't it true?
So this all was just planted in the last several months?
Last 6 to 8 months.
Yeah.
Grown so much since. It was slightly shorter than this wall. It's gone more than 2 meters higher.
So who's the one with the green thumb around here?
We're a landscape guy. Man.
I'm looking forward here, and I'm seeing something that looks like it could have been here for decades, right? There's some story to tell there, I'm sure. Shall we have a look?
Yeah, let's do that.
Well, here we are in the backyard where my eye went directly to this very interesting wall that's built here. Oh, there must be a story behind this. Can you tell me, Tim?
These are actually leftover tiles, roof tiles we took down. We replaced it with metal cladding,
Okay.
but the architect says we keep this and build this wall.
Isn't that brilliant? I mean, that's
Beautiful.
It's beautiful. And normally that would be something you have to pay to haul away, right?
Yeah.
Instead, it becomes a really lovely feature. And it goes back to that something old, something new, doesn't it, June?
That's right. Piece of history.
You know, there's something else. You know, this home is in an older neighborhood, and you've come in and built this really lovely place for yourself. I know that you would want to blend in with your neighborhood. You don't want to be showy or ostentatious, right? And I think you've achieved that in so many ways, and this is certainly one example of that. And if we look around the neighborhood, we see that these kinds of breeze blocks or wind blocks, such as we see over there as well, those were very common in that period.
Right.
And by reincorporating them into the new design, you are in harmony with your neighbors.
I hope so. I hope so. That's the intent. That's the intent.
No, I think it's been very successful. All right. Well, I think I've seen what we need to see back here in the yard. Is there anything else you'd like to tell us about this space, Tim?
No, I think we just about covered everything.
Great. Let's move inside. It's getting hot. Tim, June, I want to thank you so much for giving us this opportunity to tour your wonderful home. I think our audience is able to glean all kinds of insights into their own projects in the future, hopefully. And as a token of our appreciation, I would just like to pass to you this small souvenir from all of us on Sanggar Vista.
It's been a pleasure hosting you.
Yeah. Well, we hope that we see more of you here around Kuching. Welcome to Sarawak. Of course, I'm a foreigner myself, so one foreigner to another. Let me extend a warm-handed welcome. Yeah. So I think that's about all for us today, but we will be exploring another home in another week here at Sanggar Vista. Well, here at Tim's house today, we've had the chance to take a look at an older home that has been transformed through a deep sense of trust and understanding between the clients and the architect, which has allowed us to take an older home and give it a new life and really provide a way for us to see the potential that exists in all of the older subdivisions that we have throughout our state. So thank you for joining us today at Sanggar Vista. I look forward to seeing you all together next time at another home. Bye-bye for now.